Okay, I just took the lid off of this one. I'm just going through this yard and cleaning them out, throwing some, make sure they have a pollen patty in there, and I'm making sure they have lots of food, and cleaning out the dead bees off the bottom board and just off the frames if there are any. This one here I just came to, that's on beside it's a friend of mine. They're all good and rolling. This one, I was hoping it'd come through the winter. I just sort of like this one. I don't know, you get sort of like that and you have your favorite girlfriends in the yard, right? So I like this one. This one beside it, I don't like it. But anyway, it might be better this year. I might like it this year. We'll see. If I give this, I was going to give this one to my nephew if it works out good. Of course, I'm going to steal a nuke first because, well, that's what I do, and then give it to him if he wants it. That is. And I'm just checking them to see what they're like. So if I can get the cover off. Covers are a two-hander thing, okay? So that's just the way it is. So let's give them a little puff of smoke in the entrance here and at the bottom. Maybe in this little hole here. We'll pop that inner cover off. There's live bees in there anyways, which is a good sign. It's stuck pretty good. Another good sign, they're doing their job. Quite a few bees in here. Wouldn't say it's super fantastic, but it's pretty good compared to some of them I've opened. What I'm doing is it's a nice day, so just going through, pulling out frames, checking them out. This one's got, they've put lots of that pollen patty in it. You can probably see it. And it's got some capped honey, but it's along the sides. So the old girl's probably not out here. Queen's not out here, not likely. I forgot my tripod in my truck, or I'd be doing a better job, but that's the way it goes. There's some cap brood on that one. If you can see that, it's a little. This time of year, I find they're always a little spotty. It's not grouped well together. I don't know what the reason for that is. If sometimes something gets chilled or something and dies, or what. I don't know. This is only the second frame in, which is, I think they're crowded to one side mainly. Looks like they're in the bottom though too. In the bottom. There's probably some drone brood down in there. So first one, here's the second. Well, I mean, that's the second one. This is the third frame. Same thing. Spotty looking, but at least they're producing. Very slow this year in finding not a lot going on in some of them. See that one there? See how it pokes out? That's a drone cell. Okay, there's another one beside it. Haven't seen the queen yet, but I am having a problem handling this all with one hand too. And don't ask me why. I know I have two tripods in my truck that I had bought this winter while I was sitting in my chair, so I could set them up and do proper videos, but of course it's way over there. So I'm not going to get it just for this. But I keep forgetting to take videos, so here's another bunch of drone cells there, over here. And I think that's probably what we'll find, is just those 3 frames with brood on them. And the rest is probably honey. This one's all honey. This is why I like a double box. This is why, if you get to this time of year, you're looking at this. Like, here's another frame of honey, and probably the next 4 are good frames of honey. Right, so there's lots left over. I'm not worried about starvation with these. With the singles, you do. You keep a real good eye on them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take and remove a couple frames with honey on them, because I'm me. I'm not a bee. I like to see them building into the center of the box. That means they got a thermal barrier on both sides. I don't know why you see, you might look at it this way and say, well, sort of makes sense because she was building on the south side of the box. That's where the sun hits first. Or that's when the sun hits. So probably a good idea. But like I said, I'm not a bee. So I don't want them to build into the sun. I don't usually switch them around much this time of year, but right now I'm going to, because I just want them to keep warm, and I figure it'll help them in the center, and it's starting to get warmer out, so I imagine in this one there's a bunch of brood in the bottom as well. We'll find that out in a minute though. We got them all put back together there, just enough so I can take them apart again. Move this brick off of this hive and put my inner cover up here, because that gives space underneath the frame, so when I set the box on top, I'm not crushing a whole bunch of bees. Oh. And they are stuck together. There, so put that one on top of that hive and look down in here and see what we got. Like I said, some little bit of probably drone brood. These girls are doing good enough that they're not too bad. Pretty happy with it so far. This is what I'm trying to get rid of. All these dead bees here, they're just sort of stuck in that corner and stuff. But there's no reason to let them have to do all that work. They can be doing other things. that are going to benefit me more. So if I can clean off those few bees, I'm being a good helper. And like I said, there is a bit of brood in the bottom here. The girls have pollen on their legs. I just thought I saw some green stuff. There's yellow, but I'll show you where the yellow comes from. Some drone up here again. Drones around. But what happened was these girls had enough honey that they were plugged out at the top, so she started laying in the bottom when she started laying, and she's just made it to the top. So that's 5 different frames with brood on them so far, which is real good for this time of year, even though it's pretty spotty. They're not great solid frames, because like I say, they just some of mine haven't even, some of them have eggs in them. It's just been cold and nasty this year. It's actually setting my grafting time back. There's no way I can graft. I'm usually grafting around now. My very first graft. It's always a chancy one though, because it's like, if the queens can get out and mate at the right time, because of the weather being damp and wet, like there's a very good chance that they won't get out. I've just seen something here I want to look at. There, that's just a queen cup on a honey frame. That's a funny one. Anyways, I'll show you where they're getting that yellow pollen. If you go down here in the yard, and I just opened this up and stuff today, but right here I have one of those Pro Nuke boxes, and I just put, that's Ultra Bee powder, and then underneath this straw there's feed, but they're not touching that. They're just getting into the pollen. 10 to 1, it's because they got so much friggin' food in their hive, they're not worried about it, but the pollen they like. But that's like dry pollen substitute. And then I put this pollen substitute as well on. I got a pile more there. I just got about 3 more hives to do in this yard. And then I've been through all my bees, and then next time it's warm I go back to the start over again. Anyway, that's all I'll show you. I'll show you, I'm getting into them because of this. Like, I just want to get, like, these dead bees, they hold moisture, probably stink, you know. Want to get that out of the hive. Anyway, that's it for today.